I would like to welcome Johnny, otherwise known as SetToBuild, to this episode of Crossing the Streams. Welcome, Johnny. How are you doing?
Great. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you for coming. It has been a very long time coming. I think a lot of listeners of this show, a lot of people in the brick building community here on Twitch have been excited to see you on here and hear about your story. What is Set to Build, the channel, about? And if you could just describe yourself and your community.
Yeah. Set to build is what I'm set to do. I didn't come up with that name. I'm not that clever. Um, a good friend of mine helped me come up with the name. But yeah, we've been streaming on Twitch for just hit our 6-year anniversary in January. It initially set out building sets, and then over like a year, maybe I grew up the courage to build mocks. That was horrible. The first, just sweat profusely, just because I thought like, oh, everybody's watching, everybody hates me. But yeah,
Mhm,
sets, mocks, play video games very occasionally,
mhm.
just because it's Twitch, you have to stay relevant. I guess I don't know.
So I often try to get kind of the origins of our guests in two ways or some combination thereof. And so I'm going to give you the choice. What would you like to talk about first? You getting into Lego or your content creation journey? Or does one lead
Oh,
into the other?
I think one kind of leads into the other for
All
sure.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, been into Lego since as far as I can remember. I got a visual aid here. Look at that.
Oh
Look at
my
that cutie.
gosh. Look at that. How old are you in there?
Oh gosh, that's what, 7,
Mm.
8 maybe?
Oh
When those
man.
sets
I
come out.
love
That's
it.
the catamaran, Islander catamaran, and
Yeah.
the Western. It's where like the wall bursts out of the Western or the sheriff's office. But yeah, been into Lego as far as I can remember. Oh, you even got some. This image is a little dark, but that's
Oh.
some OG, some mocks in
Oh wow,
there.
look at that.
It's like the fire breathing fortress and
Yeah.
some ice planet, stuff like that. And then this is some old, this they're not, I'm not in there, but I took my Lego with me everywhere,
Oh
even
my
on vacation.
gosh.
Yosemite, Borrego Springs,
Yeah,
San Francisco. Like I would always take my Lego with me everywhere.
yeah.
So it's
And
always
that
been a huge
picture, for
part of
those
my
that
life.
are listening, it was you had some mocks set up and they're like
Yeah,
out.
these are sets.
Those were
These are
sets.
from
Okay.
these are
Oh
Robo
yeah, no,
Force.
I see them now. Yes. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Yeah. So you
Um,
brought those with you everywhere you went.
yes.
Oh, it's
I
so good.
Lego is a huge part of my upbringing. I got sets for Christmas and birthdays, Easter basket stuff, and yeah, everything. Um, so fast forward to the internet being a thing,
Mm-hmm.
because because I'm that old. I remember the internet entering my home.
Same.
um, but yeah, I took my Lego and into the dirt, into the mud, into the swimming pool. Aqua Zone was submerged in the swimming pool, and yeah, I played a lot with my played with
Yeah.
my bricks. But yeah, fast forward to the internet, I found places like mock pages and brick shelf. People were posting their creations and their collections,
Yeah.
um, and I found well, I had I everybody says like they had a dark ages. I had kind of a dark ages, only because I wasn't between basically 99, 2000 to 2004. I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't I was in high school then, so I wasn't actively buying new Lego.
Mm-hmm.
It was just I had Lego around. It was in my room and stuff. It wasn't until after high school that got the first job, had money again,
Right.
found Lego and again in stores and went, oh yeah, this stuff. Well, there goes my college fund. No. Um,
Lego's always been just a part of your life, even though
yeah,
you
for
weren't
sure.
actively buying. You still had Lego around.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and which is a bummer because, like, 99, that's when Star Wars came out, the Star Wars
Hmm.
Lego. I missed out on a lot of those early sets. So,
Hmm.
like, Clone Wars and Phantom Menace. I think the last one I bought in a store was, the swamp, Naboo swamp with,
Mm.
like, the stat speeders and stuff. I think that was one of my last sets, before going into high school, gotta grow up or something, I don't know.
So yeah, so we thought, right? I think a lot of us
Yeah.
had that have that same story. And then after you got out of high school, and then you said, internet. From there,
Yeah.
where'd we go?
So I moved back to Sacramento, that's where I'm from, and I found a local Lego user group, the Sacramento Brick Builders. I found them on a Yahoo groups. I lurked for a long time, actually. I never went to a meeting until like 2 or 3 years being on the forums, and then finally went and met up with them and super fell in love. Like, was validated. Like my love for the plastic was validated because, oh, okay, other people are into this.
Right.
um, that are close to me, that I know, that grew up in my area, that I really relate with, and was just very liberating to
Yeah.
my wanting to collect and build my own creations. Because that's what was cool about the in person meetings, that everybody brought what they built, and you could like, oh, what'd you do there, and how
Yeah.
did you do that, and
Yeah.
it was so cool.
Up until that point, because you said kind of something there, right? Where it felt really validating, and I
Hmm.
think that is a part of a lot of our stories. That
Yes.
those of us who are AFOLs, who we I think a lot of us, the story is similar. We all get there in our own way, of course, but there's kind of that thread of I really enjoyed it as a kid, or as a teenager, or early in my life, and then most of the time we focus on other things, and then as an adult we come back and we start looking at it again, and then we discover a community, whether it be a local lug, or like an online community, which I think a lot of us feel the same way. There's that
Yeah.
validation, right? The affirmation of,
Hmm.
hey, I love this thing and other people love this thing too. Why do I not love this thing more than I could? Because
Yeah.
you know great. And so you started getting involved with the lug.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I forget when that was. That was like 2009 or something,
Yeah.
maybe 2008. And then eventually, we had a transition of power. I don't know what the word is. Our president was getting out of the hobby, I think, and then so
Yeah.
I stepped in and ran the group for like a year and a half, and became our ambassador, and ran Lug Bulk for like 2 years. That was horrible. um, yeah, just to see the ins and out of things, and then we found our current president,
Mhm.
Isaac, and he took over, and it's
So
been really
Lego's
fun.
just always been a big part of your life and what you do.
Yeah, even in high school, I wore a 2 by 4 on my I had, like, a ball chain, like a little 2
Yes.
by 4 brick that I always wore. So it was always around, like I said, that's why I don't really say that I had a dark ages.
Mm.
So it was always present.
What kind of stuff did you get into over your time in Lego?
Later when I was getting into the lug and everything, I was also collecting Star Wars figures.
Yeah.
So it was a combination of Star Wars figures and the Lego stuff.
Yeah.
Um, and it was just, I think, just a matter of wanting to like complete collections. Um, I As I was growing up, as well, when my friends would get out of Lego, they gave me their stuff.
Mm.
So I ended up with 2 or 3 people's other in their collections too. So later, and even up to now, it's just a matter of me trying to um, complete those old themes, because man, nostalgia is a is a really good drug.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
where I always
Yeah.
go back to,
Yeah, Star
is
Wars.
those original, well, even earlier, the original sets, like the '90s, early '90s Castle and all that
Got you.
stuff.
Yeah. They have a special place, right, in your heart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and anytime that I'm like, not that I would be like, "Oh, am I still why am I still into Lego?" Or like, "Am I still really still doing this? Am I really spending all this money on all this stuff?"
Yeah. Yeah,
I
yeah.
always go back to those original sets and go, "Oh, yeah, that's why."
That's why.
This
That's why
feeling.
we do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so great. Is there like any Lego from that sparks that nostalgia that you still like are looking for, or pieces or sets that you really still want?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I've got
It never
it's
stops.
been my yeah, record scratch. It's been a constant battle because I love Forestmen. I love, the Black Knights, the Dragon Knights.
Oh
Those are my
yeah.
favorite. The Wolf Pack,
Yeah.
Black Falcons. That's where I go. The skeletons and the glowy ghosts and all that stuff. That's
Mhm.
like my childhood right there.
Mhm.
So I'm still trying to find, and I still had all those, and I still have them all up to now. As kids, we don't keep our boxes or anything. I wish we did.
Yeah.
Um, but there's a Lego set called I- when I'm looking for this thing, I always remember the name of it. It's like uh, Stream in the Forest, crossing the. I have crossing the streams in my head, not called crossing the streams. But there's a 16 by 32 base plate in there that's printed with a little river, and mine is gone. I don't know where it went. I have all my stuff still, but that
Yeah.
that base
That
plate has vanished,
that
as
one
well as
plate.
the I call it the Maid Marian figure, but she's
Yeah.
the lady forest lady in there, and she's gone too. So I'm trying to find those, but those two pieces, like that base plate, even on Bricklink, like cracked in half, is like $50,
Wow.
and yeah, so I'm better off just buying a whole new set
Yeah.
for like 250 or something like that on eBay.
Yeah.
And that way I'll guarantee to get the figure, because that Maid Marian figure also goes for quite a bit too.
You still have your whale,
Yeah,
right? Your
that's my
your
ultra white
whale.
whale.
Yeah.
I still have 6086. That's my original uh, castle that I got in what, 92.
Yeah.
Um, that's my most favorite set of all time. That's this guy.
Oh, nice.
So I built a micro version of it.
Oh, I love
The,
that.
the drawbridge and the ghost and all the knights and the horses, and it came on that raised base plate.
Yeah.
Man, those raised base plates.
Yeah, I remember those.
Yeah,
So
that's
good. You've had Lego in your life for all this time. You kind of had a little time where you didn't actively buy a lot of it, but it was always it was omnipresent in your life. And then
yeah.
at what point did content creation factor in?
Yeah, so I was in college and I didn't have time. I was going through the graphic design program at Sacramento State,
Mhm.
and it took a lot of hours out of my days. So I didn't have any time. I love video games.
Mhm.
That's my other hobbies, retro video games especially. But I love playing video games, but I didn't have time to do all that when I was in college. So I would watch Twitch and watched folks play video games, and then my time at Target and stuff with my friends and doing the fistful of we call ourselves Fistful of Potions. That was the podcast. Um, I just kind of clicked one day. Oh, I wonder if anybody is doing Lego on Twitch,
Right.
because slowly creative was kind of becoming a thing. So there were
Mhm.
sculptors and painters and people drawing and all that stuff. So I was, oh, I wonder if anybody's doing Lego.
Mhm.
And lo and behold, a quick search. Maybe discovery was easier back then because there was less of us. I don't know. You just search Lego in the bar, and then
Yeah.
yeah, I found a streamer named Silburned
Mm.
was doing Lego. Um, mainly, yeah, he was just building old sets,
Mm.
stuff that like Launch and Load Seaport and those kind of old sets from the 90s, City and maybe some Castle and Pirates and stuff like that. But he
Yeah.
also did this thing called Retro Rehab, where he takes old Game Boy games and Game Boy um, systems and things, and would refurbish them, give them new screens and new backlights and all that stuff.
Oh, that's
Um,
cool.
so I found him and was just like, wow, people are doing this. And then I found Brick and Nick a little bit later,
Mhm.
in January of 2016, was it? I have notes here.
You
Yeah.
found Twitch, and then you saw a couple people were doing it, and then at what point were you like, I'm going to do this?
So when I graduated from college, I was like, "Oh, I have time now. Sweet. Uh, I'm gonna give it a shot." And I I would watch Twitch on a different account
Mm,
back then. I went by the handle Lego Otaku. Um,
nice.
so LEGOTAKU.
Yeah.
Um, so I actually streamed Minecraft for a little bit in like 2015, just to check it out, see how it felt.
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Oh, I wonder if anybody does Lego.
Yeah.
Seems like it would be a cool thing."
Right. And then you eventually just one day you're just like, I'm gonna do it. Like, here we go.
Yeah, well, after talking to, like, Brick and Nick and Silbern, I was like, "Okay," my first stream, everybody remembers their first stream. It was,
Yeah.
like, a single spotlight. It felt like the Lego set was getting interrogated, and then really crappy setup with a camera, no face
Yeah.
cam or anything like that,
Yeah.
um, and yeah, just went for it. But I went to school for graphic design, so I already had this background of the importance of branding and creating your brand and making a logo and all that stuff. So I
Mhm.
kind of used it as like a passion project for
Mhm.
that to build my portfolio and um, yeah, just went all in and then went, oh, this is really fun, and here we are today.
Fast forward, here we are. I like how you mentioned you remember your first stream. I think a lot of us do remember that. Uh,
Yeah.
w- was there anything that happened during your first stream where you're like, oh, this is it?
It was a lot of just feeling it out, but yeah, definitely the first couple of people coming in and being
Mhm.
like, "What are you doing?" Even if they weren't genuinely interested, it was just like maybe in Lego, but if they were just interested in like, What are you doing? You're just building a Lego set. That's cool. I love Lego. I used to build Lego when I was a kid." And you
Yeah.
start that conversation with people, and that's my favorite part about streaming
Mhm.
and that first stream. Um, just talking to folks that just wander in because Lego, it's such a giant thing, a giant brand, that everybody's kind of been in your life in some way.
Yeah.
I say
It
that, and then there was somebody that came into my stream once and said, "What is this stuff?"
really.
They were from, South America somewhere.
Mm.
They were like, "What is this?" And I was like, "Whoa, I get to explain Lego to somebody.
That is
Wait
a
a minute.
rare.
Sit
That
down, friend. I got some cool stuff to tell you."
you're just sitting there like, this is a brick.
Yeah.
Let's go through this.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And I've actually
Mhm.
I've never had to explain Lego to anyone. What was
Yeah.
that like? How'd that go?
Bizarre.
Yeah.
Just thinking about, like, the system and, like, "Oh, yeah, there's sets, but you can buy random bricks too."
Yeah.
Some people build their own things, or you can buy, kits. Um,
Yeah. That's crazy.
just
Lego's such a, like it's just a well-known, like it's a household name. People know the
Mhm.
toy, people
Yeah.
understand it. And so I that fact alone really blows my mind. So
Mhm.
that's great.
And I
I've
thought,
never
when you live and breathe it like this, you don't think that nobody would ever know about it. So
right.
even the brick itself, shows up in other brands.
Yeah.
Like, I know, I can say, my grandma has gotten me the Mega Block set here and there for Christmas, not knowing. Um, they were immediately disposed. No, I'm just kidding. Um, but yeah, you just know you never think you would have to explain Lego to somebody. That's
Yeah.
kind of on the spot, like, you're then the ambassador for Lego,
Yeah.
even though that is an actual thing now.
For you who have not only been in the Twitch space for so long, but specifically the Twitch Lego space,
Yeah.
what thoughts do you have in terms of the growth and evolution of this community?
That's a loaded question. No. Uh, but no, seriously, it's amazing because
Yeah.
when me and Nick started this, it was just, uh, wanted to give it a name. There were people out there here and there building Lego, and we just wanted us to be found, I guess, the being discovered by other fans, like
Mhm.
how I came across Nick and Silburn. We just wanted that to be easier for people,
Mhm.
and it was just, again, about that validation. Um, and because you can be into Lego, that's one thing, but for to be in front of a camera doing it,
Yeah.
that's something entirely different. So, we wanted people to be able to find each other and to
Mhm.
become more comfortable just to see, "Oh, there's other people out there doing this as well. We're all right here. Come hang out." Um, and that was the brick building. And it was also kinda, we felt like, because like, I built sets initially, so
Mhm.
I didn't feel like I was creative because I was just building sets, right? That's not creative. So it was kinda like us against Twitch to prove that, um, that Lego can be your delivery, your brand, you as a streamer. That's the creative part. Um, so we were, to get the brick building community approved as an official community.
Mhm.
Then, when we had community pages back in the day,
Mhm.
this was before affiliates and founder badges and bits and all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
You had nothing except for like a couple of panels and social media.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, we just wanted that just to be able to people to be able to find each other because that's what I back when I found that my first lug, and back
Yeah.
when I found people on the internet that also liked Lego, we wanted others to feel that way, and we always when we made the effort to go raid somebody, or I don't even know if raids were a thing back then. Was raids always a thing? I don't remember.
It was not
Uh,
always the thing. It definitely it was early, but it wasn't always around. Yeah.
yeah, but getting us to all go to another channel and just people's eyes light up like, "What? There's other people doing this?" Yeah, hosting. Yeah, it was just kind of the silent raid, the host. You drop their link in the
That's
chat, you
right.
tell everybody, "Go here." And everybody came by, and then, somebody that's, maybe had just started like me, who only has like one or two people,
Mhm.
and their chat fills up with the raid message and all these people going, "Wow, what you're doing is really cool. I love Lego too." And
Mhm.
just seeing their eyes light up and like, wow, that there's other people out there doing this. I'm I'm not alone.
Yeah. You feel like you're part of something much bigger.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I think hosting was like before raids were raids, it was just hosting, which was
Yeah.
definitely different. Like it wasn't the same because, those people weren't actively in your chat until they decided to actually go to the channel. Now that we're about, I would say 6 years out from kind of
Mhm.
that period of where there was only some of us doing Lego occasionally. Now, and I said this, in a couple episodes of the show. Now you can generally find someone building, like
Yeah.
any time of
All
day. You
hours of
can,
the day,
yeah,
anytime.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, I've heard you mention that number before. It's about 40 people currently,
yeah,
40 streamers, maybe 50, and
yeah,
then maybe 60 or 70 people that pull it into their normal rotation of variety streams.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I found a fun number. There have been 160 streamers, brick building streamers, that have come and gone throughout
Wow,
these last 6, 7 years.
really? Do you see that as? I mean, does it surprise you?
With COVID, I think we all saw an explosion of people getting involved with Lego. Just so that's where a lot of the growth and people picking up Twitch and picking up doing Lego on Twitch has come
Hmm.
from COVID. Um, so it makes sense. I didn't It was amazing to see the 160 people come and go, because
Yeah,
going through that list, I have the list, I have all the
yeah,
people's names,
yeah,
and I'm like, "Wow, what happened to that guy? What happened to them?
yeah,
Oh, I remember them, I used to love watching them." And
yeah,
it kinda brings this like, "Oh, yeah," that feeling of burnout and why people leave, why people disappear, and it just became kinda like "Oh, maybe it could be a lot more than 40 or 50 people right now."
yeah,
Um, but people come and go, life.
yeah,
Maybe it's not burnout, maybe something else happened, but it hit me with that feeling of nostalgia and remembering our first streams and rating people's channels and getting involved with people's communities, and I was like, "Wow." It's
yeah.
6 years is a long time, 7 years,
6
what is it?
years is a long time, like,
Uh,
and especially like streamer time, right?
yes.
Like in the career of a streamer, you can generally like the average lifespan of a streamer seems fairly short. You know,
Mm,
you often see people who are streaming a couple years and then they kind of stop for a while for whatever reason, whether it's burnout, they have other things going on, they're tired of content creation, whatever it looks like.
yeah.
It's and like Cranky Bricks is saying in the chat, it's very hard work to keep it going. It's very
Mhm.
hard to sustain a career. So when you mention that number of like how many people at some point were brick builders on Twitch, Like that number, when I think about it, doesn't surprise me. I think it's kind of shocking, right? Because that estimate that I came up with talking to Nick was very much like, who am I seeing nowadays? If I were to ballpark it, 40,
Yeah.
50 seem about right. But yeah, there's this whole turnaround that happens
Mhm.
on Twitch and YouTube, where you're streaming, you're streaming, you're streaming, and then maybe you go away for whatever reason. And
Yeah.
sometimes you come back, sometimes you don't. What
Mhm.
you've been around for so long. What has kept you going? What has motivated you to keep streaming?
I mean, I've had my episodes of burnout here and there, that it just that's a normal thing, it happens, but yeah, why do we keep going? Because just for that feeling, that first feeling of validation and finding people that also like what I'm doing, or talking talking to people that, because that's how a lot of my community, um, developed and became a thing, was that I actually have a lot of people in my community that don't do Lego, like, they're not big Lego fans, they've just had it in their life at some point, or they
Mm-hmm.
appreciate what I'm doing, or when I'm building mocks, or how much knowledge I have of bricks or whatever, they just enjoy that, and that's I always found that it was nice that there wasn't such an echo chamber of Lego, 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 Lego constantly.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
so
yeah.
I just like coming back and talking to those people. Just even doesn't matter if you're a 2K Andy, or or a 2 streamer Andy.
Yeah.
Just the fact that you can press a button on your computer, film something you love doing, building a set you love, something, and the
Mm-hmm.
fact that one person would show up to be a part of that is incredible to me. That
Yeah.
human connection, to be like, wherever they're at in the world, take time out of their day to come see you, do whatever you're doing. That's amazing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, that's why I do it.
That's why you do it. I think we've all had bouts of that thing, where I've taken time off as well. I've taken time away, and keeps what keeps me coming back is just knowing that there are people out there that uh, I really enjoy talking to. I really
Yeah.
enjoy sharing my love for Lego or my love for video games with. I've had people who have been around as long as I've started streaming since then,
Mhm.
and they they've stuck with me, whether it was video games, whether it was Lego, whether it was something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. What kind of things, as one of the people who I would consider to be at the heart of it all, what is something you would say to a member of the community who would come to you and say, "Hey, I really want to get involved. I really want to help elevate this community. How can I help?" What kind of things would you tell that person?
And that's why we made the brick building community, gave it a name, not because we didn't wanna use the word Lego because their lawyers would come after us, but, um, we wanted people to be able to gather somewhere, and that's why things like the Discord, where we encourage people to join, whether they were fans of Lego, they just wanna talk about new sets coming out, or talk about cool pieces that they're using in their mocks, or
Mhm.
if they wanna get involved in streaming and do what we do. Um, we came up with a nice, little way of, some words to say, like, "This is what you should have when you stream. You should have a camera and a mic," and, you
Yeah,
know, went down to the basics of what you need to do to stream Lego, and just gave people resources and a
mm,
place to ask questions,
yeah,
and we would occasionally do little workshops here and there, whether it was just, um, how to build a cool mock, or how to stream Lego, or how to talk to your chat, that kinda thing.
yeah.
Um, just give people the resources, give people the place to gather, build it and they will come. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Since you've
yeah.
been doing this a while, and you have the Discord, and because you've been giving people those resources and you've seen a lot of this, what would you tell someone who's brand new to Lego streaming, but they wanted to do it?
Oh, man. So this goes into, like, the what would I tell myself,
Mm, yeah, we
you
can
know,
do both of those.
wrap them both in one, like
Yeah, we can
like
wrap
what
them.
you're
Yeah,
saying,
yeah,
having that balance, you know to fight the burnout. But that's, maybe you don't get the burnout when you're new, but
Yeah.
maybe the new people just, and it's so corny, but focus on you
Mhm.
is a big one. Don't worry about the current meta. Don't worry
Yeah.
about what other people are doing on their streams. Don't worry about going in and being like, oh yeah, I'm going to change the whole way this all works. What you're doing in Lego, that, no, I'm going to change the way how things go. Don't do that. Just go to your core, find what you want to do, why you want to do this, whether it's because I just wanted to share what I was doing. I love Lego, and I just half of it was I wanted to share what I was doing in Lego, but the other half is I wanted to find more friends and people to talk to about Lego.
Mhm.
So I figured broadcasting what I was doing was the best way to do that. And yeah, but yeah, I think a lot of people, because yeah, it's kind of a weird time. I was listening to your stream a couple days ago, and you were talking about how kind of people are um, trying to find their spot, trying to find their space and where
Yeah.
they belong, and it's kind of hard for some people right now because there's we got some big names that have come over from YouTube that are
Mhm.
now streaming on Twitch, um, and people that have been around the community like myself and others have been around a long time. So where do you fall?
Mhm.
And yeah, don't get too involved in the metas because I think people get really hyper focused on that, and then it just kind of becomes something that they got to mentally prepare for every day, and that's where that burnout comes in. So
Yeah.
it makes it really hard for to press the start stream button when you have to worry about all this extra stuff.
Yeah.
So focus on you, what you want to display and show, and work on mocks.
And yeah, I talk about that a lot lately, actually on my own stream because I've actually had a lot of people, a mix of people who are newer to the community or those who have been in it for even a little while, who are
Yeah.
like, I'm really struggling. I don't know, I don't know what I don't know what to do because I don't feel like I really have a place, or I'm figuring out what I want. And I speak to that really often because I feel the same way, even though I've been on Twitch forever. I've been in the Lego community, which is hard to believe, for almost a year now on Twitch. But
It's been longer
I
than that.
has it been? I don't know. It's been maybe a little
Actually,
longer.
I found in Discord, I think I was just trying to find you to give you a new role,
Yeah.
that we haven't talked about yet either. Um,
Yeah.
but I found somebody, Abraf Khalif. He's an
Okay.
old
I
timey
recognize the
brick
name.
builder. He was posting in like 2018 about you doing a 24-hour stream for uh, Research Hospital.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah, so you've been in the community. You don't have
Yeah.
to be a streamer.
Yeah. No, that's true. That wow, really? Has it
Yeah.
there was a post? Wow, that's amazing. Um yeah, it's been a while, and it's certainly, and I'm gonna touch on this. I didn't expect to go here, but I am gonna touch on that because you put it so well, right? Like, to focus on yourself, figure out what you want to do, figure out what
Mhm.
you're passionate about within.
Yeah.
I mean, this is applicable to Twitch in general, but like within even the Lego community, are you a mock builder? Are you a set builder? Do you love Star Wars? Do you love whatever it might be?
Mhm.
Start there and build out from there and kind of build your content around what you love, and it becomes your identity and who you are within the community. So I
Yeah.
think that was just so very well put, and I really appreciate that thought and that advice, especially as someone who's been around as long as you have. So
Mhm. Yeah.
definitely. I can't believe
Yeah.
there's record of me like 4-ish years ago in that
Mhm.
Discord.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's what I was talking about, that big list of people that have come and gone. There's been so
Yeah,
many people involved in us that yeah, me and Nick are the founders, but we couldn't do it without without everybody populating the community.
so very
Whether
true.
you were streaming or whether you're just, you ran into one of us, you rated us at some point because you thought
Yeah,
Lego's neat.
yeah.
And then now look at you. Look at your room. Look at all the
I
Lego.
know, right? I've never thought. I never thought we'd get here. never thought we'd get
Yeah.
here, folks. But yeah, now my room's just full of Lego and a little, like a small amount of Gunpla. But like, there's a lot of plastic in this room, and you can't
Yes.
even see some of it. So, well, yeah, we're gonna go away from that screen. Um, for those that are watching in video, you got to see all of the Lego in my room. Uh, I think that with the growing group of streamers, uh, doing a lot of different things now. Speaking of identity, is there anything that you're seeing out there that is kind of unique within the Lego community that's fairly newer? Is there anything that,
Yes.
yeah? What are your thoughts on
Yeah.
that, and what are you seeing?
I don't know. It just that goes back to the where do I fit? How am I different? What am
Yeah,
I doing that's because I was always my aim was to be a relaxing that's my spiel. We aim to be a relaxing place where people just hang out, talk about Lego, and be quiet and very chill. And
yeah.
I feel like the word chill is overused in the Twitch
Me too.
community, but relaxing. It's supposed to
Yeah.
be like not quite ASMR because there are awesome brick building ASMR streamers out there.
Hmm.
To find where people are trying to break from that mold
Yeah.
because there are a lot of people just sitting and building Lego.
Yeah.
What's cool about that? Nothing. How am I going to do that different?
Right. What are you doing with that Lego? Building it? Psh, seen that before.
Sure, I've seen this before. You knew it would be different if I covered my screen and you couldn't see the Lego, and it was just like pictures of penguins and goats and whatever, and crazy videos that come up and play.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's true. It's so true.
so there's that meta that's working for some people,
Oh
and
man. Yeah.
people are coming by and doing the command spam. I don't know what we call it. We kind of joke sometimes and call them GeoCities pages. Remember GeoCities?
All
Yeah,
the
order graphics
flashing
and
thing
music you can't
graphics and
stop. No
animated
matter where you
gifs
try
and
to find that play button to stop that
dude,
music, you can't.
dude, I had a
Man,
Geosis.
I've been there.
Air horns. It's true. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
definitely this almost, I guess, if we want, I mean, yeah, if you want to call it a meta, there's this meta that I think if you'd said to me, hey Amor, if you wound back the clock a bit and you're like, hey Amor, you want to go watch this Lego stream, and be like, yeah, sure, I wouldn't have expected
No.
anything like that at all. But here we
Yeah.
are.
Here we are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the
So
thing.
it got like one or two people start doing it, and then that's what I was saying earlier. Like, ignore the meta. They make that look very fun.
Yeah,
And chat has a blast with it. People love doing the commands and making all that stuff pop up. And
yeah,
it's really cool. I think it's really cool because they're kind of doing like little sub memes that are like deep cuts in their community
yeah,
because
totally,
they'll have
totally.
pop-ups of other streamers come up. And so it's all this really cool thing.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do it
yeah.
because it's like stimulation overload for me.
Yeah,
Um, sensory overload, stimulation overload, like same thing.
yeah, same thing.
Um, it's just
Yeah.
So much going on. Air horns, that's really loud. That's not an alert, that's something that the chat can do. Once you get
Yeah.
chat power,
Oh
you're
man,
done.
get out of
It's
here.
over.
Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah, and what's interesting is there is this broad spectrum now, right? Where you get uh, you know, it was in the chat, like you get these comfy streams. There's these like cozy
Mhm.
comfy streams on one end of
Yeah.
the spectrum, and then you go to the other end of the spectrum
Mhm.
where yeah, you're seeing a million things going on at once. So like somewhere in there you need to find where you are. You need to find where
All the
you
way
are.
from ASMR to air horn, that's the
I'm
brick
gonna make
building
a new.
community.
I'm gonna make a new graphic that shows that like where do you want to be on the
Yes.
scale? And
Never
I
give the
think
keys to the inmates. That's another, yeah, that's
never give
brilliant.
keys to the inmates. It's just interesting that we're seeing that, and I feel like we're going to continue to see different takes on the whole
Yeah.
thing, which is fascinating. And I
Even me,
still
like, I've
yeah
I've done the whole VTubing thing a little bit. I've had
yeah.
that's what I do now, the little avatar that pops up on the screen, but we've seen streamers that have full on, this guy, Brick Brain TV, he had a full on Lego avatar that, like, moved around in 3D space
Oh
and
yeah,
he would build, um,
seen that. It's
but
incredible.
yeah, everything you can do.
Yeah.
Chat cannot be trusted.
Yeah, there's actually it's amazing that that because all of these have come up in this conversation. ASMR. There's you've done a little VTubing. There's some VTubing brick builders in the community.
Yeah. Mhm.
Um, we're seeing kind of those hype, the hype alert driven streams. We're seeing
Yeah.
there's all these different ways to take it. I'm kind of wondering what we'll see next. Actually,
What we'll see next, yeah.
do you have any guesses? What do you
I have
think?
no idea.
No idea.
'Cause, like, I have the bots in my chat that you can do, like, a sound or something, or when somebody comes in the chat, plays a sound,
Yeah.
and that was revolutionary, like, 5
I
years ago.
remember when that was a huge deal for us. That was
Yeah,
huge. Yeah.
big. And
Yeah.
now you can have, like what?
Control my lights with
Yeah, exactly.
your redemption, your point redemption. I'm curious to see what's next. I'm curious to
Yes.
see what's next.
Very curious and scared. I think
Yeah,
scared is
same.
another good word. I don't know.
uh
Like I said, it works for some people, I couldn't
yeah,
do it.
totally.
But it's amazing that they're doing it and it's working, chat loves it, 'cause
Yeah.
it's not only just you. Like I said before, people are coming taking time out of their day, come to you for entertainment,
Hmm.
whether it's just a conversation or goats,
Yeah.
and they're the entertainment. So you gotta give them what they want, or
Yeah.
else they'll stop coming by. And what Threadbiker said, that she appreciates that there are different streams out there.
Yeah.
They're doing different things for the different moods. Maybe you do wanna just chill. Maybe you do wanna spam goats.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
I find myself on different times of the week consuming all different types.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very much in the camp of I guess, comfy cozy streamer. Like
Yeah,
I'm just
for
gonna
sure.
chill out. I'm gonna play lo-fi hip hop and we're gonna
Yes,
just click some bricks together. And like that's firmly the camp
support
I'm
that.
in. And because it works for me, I love doing it. Every so often I don't mind spamming a goat video in other
Mhm. Yeah,
in
for
other
sure.
chats. So it just depends. So I can't wait to see what else there is. What kind of comes out of this whole community, you know
Yeah.
in your time on Twitch and doing this whole thing. Do you have any like really memorable or notable moments in your time just in content creation, things that you really fondly look back on and think about?
Content creation, well, I think about, what we got to do outside of the stream, and that's go to TwitchCon,
Yeah.
and do things in person and meet people, meet your viewers that are people that are just screen names in your chat. That's the only identity you've ever assigned this person, is that maybe their name color or the emotes that they use or something.
Hmm.
To see those people face to face is an incredible feeling.
Hmm.
And I've talked about this many times on my stream, and that you don't miss a beat when you meet those people in person, because you spend so much time on Twitch and Discord.
Yeah.
You don't have that awkwardness of like, who are you? Because you feel like you've known them for so long. They've
Yeah.
been a part of your what you do, and you just meet them and hang out. And so, like Brick and Nick and I did the different building events. Um, so we built like the big Twitch glitch, and we built the big mosaic, and just to have folks that come by and connect with you and talk about Lego again and help you build these big things. It's really fun.
Yeah.
Go to TwitchCon.
Go to
Is
TwitchCon.
my yeah,
Yeah.
that's or go to any convention.
Yeah.
I went to my first actual Lego convention. I'd been to little ones here and there in Sacramento, but I went to Bricks Cascade,
Yeah.
a big Lego convention where they're doing like speed build competitions and giving out awards and stuff, and for people. Um, you won an award. It's back here.
Oh, would you what was the award for?
Oh, the N1 Starfighter. So,
Oh.
Cranky Bricks and I
Oh,
collaborated
I
and
love
built the
it.
N1 Starfighter.
Yes, I
She built
remember this. I've
she built
seen
the
this on
engine.
social media. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
and we took it to Bricks Cascade and won this amazing award. What a piece of junk.
Oh, I love it.
For the best Star Wars ship in the entire show.
I love it. That's so great.
So,
Good job to
again,
you both
got
on that.
that validation. It's amazing.
Validation.
First Lego convention. Award. We got a little, honorable mention for so I did the castle.
Yeah.
and Cranky built an Islanders set and micro and with the other one. What is the other one? Oh, the Ice Planet set.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
we got a little so the people that control that area of the convention, they made us a little honorable mention award that wasn't in the official award ceremony, but it was just a little thing to be like, we really like your builds. We couldn't give you a an actual award, but that was even better.
Yeah.
The fact that they made us a little thing was like,
Yeah, that's really cool. Well, great
yeah,
great work on that on for both of you, taking those awards. I missed out on Bricks Cascade. Uh but maybe the next one cuz I'm not far from there.
oh really? What?
I'm really not far from where that was. So
Okay,
it would have been like a
come on
2 hour.
down.
I know it would have been like almost a 2 hour drive, but
Okay,
I didn't hear about it till later and my schedule was already crazy, but I know because a couple people in the community were like, "Hey, are you going there? Cuz I hear you're kind of in the area." I'm like, "Oh, I can't." So maybe next time. Maybe next time. But
yeah.
yeah, that's impressive though. Yeah, I mean, a lot of great moments. I like how you mentioned, not necessarily the stuff that you've done on Twitch, but the stuff that you get to do outside, whether it
Mhm.
be a con, an event, something like that.
Yeah,
I met you briefly at TwitchCon. This came
I
up in
remember that.
the Rick and Nick in the Rick and Nick episode. I met you briefly because I think you were already talking to a bunch of people when I
Mhm.
walked up to the booth, and so I walked up, I put some bricks together, and you were talking. So I was like, "Hey, set to build." You're like, "Hey," I'm like,
No.
"More." And you're like, "Yeah, cool." I'm like, "Okay, you're busy. I'm gonna go back
Oh, no.
to."
I hope it didn't,
But
like, shove you off
no,
or something
that
or
wasn't you. That was more me. That was
yeah,
more
yeah,
me,
good.
like me being like, "Oh man, oh, I don't want to bug them." But that it was really cool to see you there. That was when you guys were doing the big Twitch glitch or the
Yeah,
logo.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
that,
I remember you stopping by the booth.
man, that
And I
was years
remember
ago.
going to your streams after, "Oh, okay, that's a cool person, I wanna go hang out with him," and
Yeah.
going to your streams, we were playing, Oxygen Not Included,
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. My
Yeah.
claim to fame. That was my claim to fame
Yeah.
on Twitch. Yeah. When I was a single game streamer for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
fun.
no, that was fantastic. That was good times. You've gotten to do so much. And I asked Nick the same question that I'm gonna ask you. Not anyone you've already collaborated with before. Who would you like to collaborate on Twitch in the future? Is there anyone that you'd really love to just do a stream with?
Oh, you. We're already here, we're doing it.
Oh, okay, cool. Bucket list achieved.
Done.
Done.
Were you talking, like, brick builders? Were you
Sh-
talking
uh, anyone on the platform. If you could get an opportunity to collaborate and do a stream with them.
oh, one of my favorite streamers, Ammunition, she builds Lego, occasionally on her streams. It'd be really cool someday. I don't know what we would do, but
Yeah,
it'd be awesome to build alongside, and, um, yeah, because
yeah,
yeah, she's that's where I first, I started subscribing to her when, she built the Millennium Falcon,
yeah,
and she has it, like, proudly displayed behind her when she's playing Escape from Tarkov. Um, that's when I really got involved with her community, so yeah, it'd be really awesome.
yeah. And munitions
Really
great, and
she
it has
rated
been.
she rated me one time, it was amazing.
Yeah. Oh man, and that's also one of the longtime streamers on the platform. So to
Mhm,
see, I'd love to see something like that as well. That's cool. It's always cool. It's interesting whenever you see one of those, someone on Twitch who's really well known for something that isn't brick
mhm.
building, and then they decide to break out Lego one day. I always love
Yeah,
seeing those streams where I'm like, oh my god, Lego,
"You
you're
you
doing
do
the
this
thing.
too." Yeah, exactly. She
Yeah,
came by and built a brick. No, she didn't build a brick, she was taking pictures. But I
yeah.
was like, "Oh my god, Anne, hi.
Hi.
Come build Lego with us."
Yeah.
But it was really cool. I got to take a picture, and she signed a card for me and everything, it was really neat.
Oh, that's
Um,
really cool. That's
but yeah.
that's really awesome. It's always cool to. I just love hearing what some of us some of the creators in our community who, like, if they had the opportunity, who they would collaborate with, because I feel like even though Twitch is technically massive, right? Like there's so many
Yes.
people on it every day, but
Mhm.
the community within the actual the actual creators feels, it's still big, but it feels much smaller. You know, like I feel like you hear the same names come up every so often in
Yeah.
conversation, and you know, the brick building community is kind of a microcosm of that too. Like you kind of
Yes.
have your names within the community. Um, Overall, you know, ammunition is great. I still pop into, you know, her streams every so often.
Hmm.
Would be a good one. You don't know what you would do, but do you have any like if you know what would you try to get her to build with you? Do
Oh,
you think there's anything?
it would have to be something Star Wars,
Yeah,
but I don't know. Maybe the AT-AT or something. I don't know. I don't.
yeah,
Maybe like not a speed build, but it would have to be something like we would do like a charity stream or something, and there would be incentives to like make our progress in the build
yeah,
falter. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea.
yeah,
That's just like a me initially thinking, what would we do?
yeah,
It would have to be Star Wars. She's a big Star Wars fan, so
yeah.
and so am I. So we have to build something Star
There
Wars.
you
That'd be
go.
cool.
That'd be excellent. You've been working on something pretty big lately.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, forgot about that.
do you think it's time? Do you think it's time to
Yeah,
kind of
sure.
break into that?
Yeah,
So
the announcement.
we've been teasing this on social media, like, hey, there's some big stuff coming. There's, you know, we want to talk about something that Johnny's had cooking a while with some other folks. Uh,
Cooking. We were talking earlier about the finding your place, wanting to be found and finding people like you that like to do what you do and all that fun stuff. So we back in the day when we founded the community, we had to actually pitch to Twitch, "Hey, there's people out there building Lego. We want a place to gather. Give us a community page." And they gave us a little community page
yeah.
of that's something you had to apply for it and get. They didn't initially give it to us. We had to convince them that Lego was actually really a creative thing. And it wasn't
Hmm.
just people following a pattern. That it was
Hmm.
more about the streamers' personalities and stuff, and people actually doing creative Lego. And they yeah, they gave us the page, and then they took it away. That's
And then
convenient.
it's gone.
Well, it initially became a thing that you had to apply for,
Hmm.
and then they opened it up that anybody could make a group, but we still had a page we could all go to and edit and fill out Discord information and stuff.
Hmm.
But then they took all that away, and that all ended.
Hmm.
So it's been a long time coming.
Hmm.
We finally have the official brick building community stream team.
Excellent. That is wonderful news. There is a
Air horn. This is okay. The air horn.
yeah. This is the
There you
time.
go.
I'm sorry, I didn't have it. I
That's
just
okay.
put
I have it.
I just put a link
There
in
you
the
go.
chat. There you go. So this
Yeah.
is a brand new team
Mhm.
for brick builders.
Yeah, so this is just a place for everybody to kinda convene again, the community. We have the Discord, and you should definitely join the Discord.
Yeah,
That's something you should definitely do.
yeah.
But just a place for people to all kinda gather and find each other. So that's where the new streamers coming in, they're like, "What is this? People are building Lego. I love this. I wanna be involved." You can click on the team, link, and it'll show you a whole roster of folks building bricks. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's like we're not like it's not like like the bigger stream teams out there that are promising we're gonna make you famous and turn you into a partner and all that stuff. No, this is just a place for everybody to find all the brick building streamers all at once. I think I'm on there right now. Nick might be on there,
Hmm.
just because you have to populate it with some people for it to show up.
Hmm.
But we're having people apply, but it's not like you're gonna get turned away. Really, it's just so yeah, everybody just apply. It's really straightforward. But we just want that place to again to have that community where just have that list of people like here's everybody that's building Lego or Kobe bricks or Mega blocks or Nano bricks.
Whatever
You
you
can do
prefer.
those things. That's why we called it brick building
Yeah,
initially too, because we wanted those people to be able to hang out too.
that's
So
really
apply.
exciting. Yeah, applies. That's really exciting. So, twitch.tv/team/brick building.
Hmm.
If you go there, there is a list of links, which does include the Twitch brick building community Discord. But then there's also this application that you can click on. I'm going to click on it right now so I know what to expect.
Do it.
In
Fill it out.
uh fill it out. I'll fill it out live. No, team
Read for
application.
typos too.
Okay.
No.
So this looks like, yeah, it's a form where you just fill out some general information about you, your Twitch channel, other ways, social media, other ways to get a hold of you, as well as the different criteria that includes your channel. Do you want to talk briefly about what that criteria is?
Basically, we took all we struggled with this. This is something we've been working on for a long time,
Yeah,
and we didn't really want to have like core numbers into it. This is just if we go to your stream,
yeah,
can we detect that you are a Lego streamer or a brick building streamer?
right,
Can we just tell from your that you regularly stream Lego stuff, brick building stuff?
right.
Um, And this isn't to say that people that do variety stuff are like, "You're out of the community. Get out. You're not part of it. You don't count." This is the brick building community itself. That's just what we've always called it. It's been the brick
Right.
building community. We have the tag, we have the communities, now we have the team. The team is just the team. It's just another aspect of it. But everybody still, please join the Discord and get involved and find your favorite streamers. This is
Yeah,
just like an official roster that we like vet. I don't know if that's the right word. Of people that we all these are people that do brick building on the regular.
yeah,
Go check them out.
yeah. This is
And that's
great.
really it. This is really
This
all it is.
I'm really excited about this because, like you were saying, this gives everyone an opportunity to kind of be part of this list. It says, hey, here,
Hmm.
if you're looking for brick builders, if you're looking for this kind of content on Twitch,
Yeah,
this is a place you can go to, and you know that these are people who are passionate about brick building. So,
yeah.
um, yeah. So
Yeah, that was the criteria I was talking about. Clear. I'm just looking down the list here.
yeah,
Clear brick building focus. We have to be able to look at your page and go, okay, you build Lego, and that you have been doing so for the past. I forget what we did. We like, oh yeah, over the last 3 weeks, and we can
right,
go back into your VODs and see past Lego streams, or in streaming content for like 24 hours total.
right.
That's not somebody who's played games for the majority of their time on Twitch. Go, I'm gonna build the Millennium Falcon for 24 hours straight, and
Right.
then apply for the team. We would love for you to come hang out in the community, come hang out in the Discord and talk and
Yeah,
chill. But
yeah,
the team's really for those that have Lego in their constant rotation.
yeah. No,
You're
I think this is great. No,
yeah.
and I really like I really like this. I'm really glad that this exists. I'm really glad the Discord exists. After in the time leading up to Nick's episode and in the time leading up to this episode, because you and I have been talking a little bit back and forth before this talk. Uh, I've been really excited about growing the community. I mean, the whole point of the show is to highlight people in brick building on Twitch
Yeah.
to get to know them and kind of get you the guests in front of the greater Twitch community. And so I've been really excited that there's this Discord here, which I think is I think is underutilized. And so,
Yes.
join the Discord. This is me talking to you, the greater Twitch community, the greater brick building community. If you want to get involved, and I'm going to preface this with, I know there are a lot of you out there who either have been here a little while or have just started up and have asked a question: how do I get involved? How do I get to know other people in the brick building community? How do I get my own stream out there? Because I'd love to serve an audience that loves what I love.
Mhm.
This is how. This is how. There will be links in the notes. I'll be posting links in the future here. But join the Discord, apply for the team, get to know the other brick builders, and I mean really get to know them. Like, as these things get brought forward and you start to see this list of streamers, because there will be this team, there's the Discord, there's other sources out there that show who these builders are. I mean, the playlist for this show features a lot of them. Get to know the ones that interest you. Hang out in
Mhm.
their chat. Talk to them and their viewers. See who you like. That's how you get involved. That's how you get
Yeah,
involved.
for sure. And that's what we wanted to talk about in the beginning too, is that we're not really offering anything other than a place to find everybody.
Yeah,
So those people that are lost and don't know where to find Lego people, or just to find a community to get involved with,
yeah,
yeah, just join in,
yeah,
hop in, talk in the Discord,
yeah,
post what you've been working on, post what you're excited about coming out, whether you're a fan or whether you're an actual streamer. Uh, just come get involved, come hang out. We love chat. Often as Guardian Studio and Thrawn's Revenge and Box Commander, they're three prolific, amazing mock builders, but they build primarily in studio. So they like to hang out in the voice chat, share their screens.
mm-hmm,
They all talk about what they're working on and share ideas, and it's amazing.
mm-hmm,
It's so cool to see people utilizing that and
yeah,
hanging out.
yeah.
So,
I love what you and Nick have done. Everyone else involved in running that Discord. Everyone else involved in getting this team going. It's super important. It's super important because I know, we've talked about this also, there's the push to try to get a category for brick builders,
yes,
which would be,
which we still want.
another. Yeah. Yeah, it's just definitely one of those things that is super important, that for us to get those things and for us to find each other is that we use these other resources that are in place, whether it be the team,
Mhm.
the Discord, things like that. And I'm gonna just
Yeah.
post a link to the Lego the Brick Builder Discord in chat there. So, uh,
Someday we'll have a cool URL, not ETP-SH9,
right,
whatever.
right. So, I'm so glad you guys are doing this. Thank you so much for all the work
Yeah.
that you're
No,
putting
thank
into
you.
it.
Thanks for hanging
Um,
out.
of course, yeah. And I can be found on that Discord as well that I just posted. I've been trying my best to start driving like-minded brick building focused streamers to that Discord as well. So
Yeah.
come on over.
Even even a lot of our community members are doing the same thing. It's always kinda weird weird because you go into somebody else's stream and you're like, "Is this self-promotion? Not really, but I just wanna tell you, you're doing Lego, and
Yeah,
I think you should come hang out with us."
yeah,
That's it. But that's why we gave you, so we have, in the brick building community, like, the management, I don't know what to call it, like, the ranks, I don't, we're all just people, but,
right.
we have a role in the Discord called representatives.
Yeah,
So those are people in our community that are going the extra mile, we say extra mile, and doing things like making podcasts about brick builders, or just inviting, people that are constantly inviting more people into the community, and trying to build each other up, not
yeah.
divide people, trying to bring everybody in, and so our newest rep is more and more brick building rep.
Thank you. I'm really glad to be a part of the community. I'm really glad to kind of just help. It's
Yeah,
I see it
get the
growing.
word out.
Yeah, I see it growing, and I can't wait to help grow it more. And this is a great step. Is seeing this team, is seeing the Discord continue to get shared out there, because I actually have seen, you know, as I've been chatting it up, I think a lot of other people are starting to pick up on that as well, and I'm starting to hear other people chat it up some more in other Twitch
Yeah.
channels. So I'm glad that
Mhm.
that's happening. Was there anything you didn't get to talk about, or that you thought I was going to kind of dive into that you wanted
Oh,
to cover?
we talked about the category, then we talked about the team, we announced the team. The category, we still wanna do the category because,
Yeah,
like, we invite not invite, please use the tag. If you're building Lego, use the brick building tag. That's how other people are gonna find you. And then once we get our own category, the brick building category, there won't just be makers and crafting underneath, creative buried underneath other things that you can't find. And we'll have a category to go to. And it's gotten a lot of positive feedback in the comments. You can see, because not only can you upvote it on the user voice, but then you can write a little thing like, please do this.
there's user voice, which is the means that Twitch gets feedback from their users, and so
Mhm.
there's been a create a Lego or brick building category user voice post up, and the way that we can help is going to this link and voting on it and saying, "Hey, I would love to see this as well." And so
Yeah.
this whole thing is to get the category going. Do you want to speak a little bit more on that in terms
Oh,
of?
I was just gonna say the uservoice thing, it works because we just saw that the new founders badge is being able to be moved around. That was a uservoice thing that got voted on and approved and looked at the Twitch team, and
Yeah,
so they do look at it and they do sometimes bring our ideas out.
yeah,
And the categories getting approved or tags getting approved, that's a normal thing.
yeah,
It just they gotta see enough interest in it, enough buzz, to make it worth adding a couple zeros and ones to make it a thing.
yeah,
And some channel art. It's just seeing that hopefully become a thing. That's the next big step for us. The team's just kind of that's a cool place for everybody to go so we can all find each other. But having the category is going to be a big deal.
what's gonna happen next on with you and your community and things you're up to?
Good question. That's a great question.
Yeah,
More and more.
yeah,
So I'm currently in the UK right now.
yeah.
I'm normally in sunny California, but right now I'm in sunny Scotland. Um, so my schedule is not as regular as I would hope, because like this setup, this is very temporary.
Mhm.
For we set this up for this.
Yeah,
um, but like I don't have all my bricks to normally do mock builds because they're either in storage or they're back in America. So
right.
my goal is to have a more consistent stream. So actually, I'll be going back to America in July,
Oh, okay.
um, for some time,
Yeah.
before coming back here. Oh wow, Cranky says it's the category is the seventh most suggested category on user voice.
Oh,
Pretty
yeah. That's actually, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
yeah. But yeah, getting a more consistent schedule back, and just because I was always was always the late night streamer, the
Yeah.
DGen hours. um,
Yeah.
so now when I stream for my night here, it's like the middle of the day for uh, PST.
Yeah.
So I need to find that consistent schedule again. If I want to go to my DGen crew, I'm gonna have to wake up at like 6 a.m. here, which I'll do.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I remember actually, I think, back when you were doing that and early on, like before I formally joined the category, we've rated each other in the past because we're both kind of like at the time late night streams. I've moved earlier into the day myself just due to scheduling. But yeah,
Yeah,
I do think about those late nights where I'd be, oh dude, it's set to build on. I'm gonna go over there and raid and hang out with them. Yeah. I remember those days. So
yes,
more consistent streams, which understandably so,
yeah.
because I think that's something a lot of us try to do. Yeah,
I want to kind of revamp some graphical things.
yeah,
That's of course always in the works. I'm
yeah,
working on a really cool. Well, I'm not working on it. Somebody else is working on it. But
yeah,
we talked about earlier before the stream. We love emotes.
yeah.
We love. I love subbing to people just for their emotes. If they got good emotes, I'm gonna sub to you.
I love
If my
my,
wallet
yeah,
allows, I
understandable.
had to cancel a lot because yeah.
Yeah,
Um, there's only so much. But yeah, I'm working on an emote right now. I have an awesome streamer slash animator called Animatior. She does frame by frame animation. She does a show called Bluey. It's a kid
yeah.
show. So she's in between seasons right now. So I had her. I'm asking her to work on an emote for me. Not telling you what it is, but it's a
Oh,
dancing emote, and
I'm
it's gonna be
excited.
freaking awesome. And I can't wait
Oh,
to
I
show
can't
everybody.
wait. I will
um,
be watching.
yes.
Yes, excellent.
But yeah, they keep giving us so many tools. Like now we have so many more sub badges we can put on and more
Yeah,
emote slots and things like that. So I just want
yeah,
to give everybody some cool stuff to look at. And just
yeah,
as a graphic designer, that's stuff I like to work on. New badges or new transitions or
yep,
goats. They gave us 5 animated emotes as
yeah,
affiliates. They didn't give us like one. Like here you go.
yeah,
Twitch gave us 5 animated emotes to play with, as well as more, and it's really cool.
yeah,
People, they always say like, "Oh, don't apply for partnership just for emotes." Emotes are really cool.
but super tempting, man. Come on. That's often one of the most, I mean, okay, I think for people who want partner, often it's the status, but like I think functionally most of us are like, I just want all the emotes, man. I want all
Yeah, it's not even that.
the
It's just like,
slots.
I wanna make more cool stuff for you to look at
Exactly.
because
Yeah.
I love to express myself in that way,
Yeah.
whether it be emotes or transitions or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Totally.
do it. I
Do it.
know, I just saw that, who is it? I think Amish Ace, I think, just applied for partnership.
Yeah, Amish Ace just applied.
Yep.
Yeah. Mhm.
So,
Yeah, fingers crossed. I think collectively
luck
as a
to you.
community, we're all waiting to hear, and I
We
do
don't
my
have
best.
very many.
Yeah,
We don't have very many.
we don't. We don't. I make
Um,
a point not to bug him to find out because I'm sure we'll all know when he knows. But there are times
yeah,
where I want to be like, dude, do you know? Have you heard?
yeah. Do you know yet?
Do you know yet?
It stunk because I applied, like, just before the whole, affiliate thing came out with the where, like, you have to have 75 viewers and all that stuff. I felt
Hmm.
like if I applied, like, a year before that, probably would've got it because back then we were so unique. There
Yeah,
weren't so many people doing it. It was just about, "Oh, you do that? You do Lego? That's neat. We never seen that before. You're
yeah,
in."
yeah,
But now it's so much about numbers that it's kinda like, ugh,
yeah.
makes you anxious.
It does. It's definitely it's really tough, and because of the growth within like Lego and brick building here on the platform. And I mean, this goes hand in hand with the discussion about like finding your space within in that community, finding your identity. It's getting more challenging, right?
Mhm.
So like
Yeah.
something like you said, if this was, I would say even if this was 2 years ago, if you were a Lego creator who was doing decently, you could probably get a partner without
Yeah.
necessarily like doing anything more.
Mhm.
But now it's huge. We're getting bigger. It's getting harder. So
Yes.
that's
Don't get
good.
hung up on the partner thing.
Yeah,
Yeah. Just focus
yeah,
on you. I know it sounds corny. Focus on you, what you're gonna provide for your community and what you wanna share. And yeah, there's more emotes. You can download BTTV extensions and have all the emotes you want.
yeah. It's about doing the things that you truly enjoy, right?
Yes. Going back to, how Lego makes you feel.
Mm-hmm.
The tinglies when you see that old castle Lego set. And you're
Mm-hmm.
like, "Man, I remember the days where I didn't have a worry in the world and I would just build Lego all day."
Mm-hmm.
Finding those feelings and channeling them after work, um,
Mm-hmm.
at 6 o'clock at night, building
Yeah.
Lego for a bunch of adults very respectably, and
Thank you for the perspective on that. Yeah. Like I was that kid where I
Mhm.
had I had a bunch of like Mtron, Blacktron.
So good.
Those were like my jam. Like I
Yeah.
was the right age for that when it was out, and I had so many of those sets. I had some pirate sets, I had some knight
Mhm.
sets, but I was all about the space, and I would like I would build the biggest spaceships I could with all of my Lego. 8, 9 year old or more with two hands holding a giant spaceship and trying to walk it from like the living room where I built it to my bedroom so I could like set
Mhm.
it on a table or something.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no, that's what I think of when I really sit down and I think about like, why I love this hobby, why I love the brick, why I enjoy is I look back at those days and I'm like, my parents had to like forcibly be like, okay, you need to put that away and go to bed. Like you need to stop.
Yeah,
They're like
yeah,
or they'll hear me in my room. They could hear the telltale,
yeah,
like sound of bricks being moved
yeah, yeah.
around, and they're
"Hey,
like, "What are you doing?" It's like
go to bed."
10. Yeah, it's 10:30. Why are you awake? I'm like, okay, fine.
Yeah, because 'cause you're laying in bed and you had this, "Oh, that's how I'm gonna connect the cockpit
Yeah,
to the
yeah,
that
totally.
piece, I'll do it that way."
Yeah, totally. I had those moments where like, oh, I bet you I could make a really cool like set of wings that would go on the side of this, and here's how I'd attach it, and then yeah, it think of that. Think of that when you think of your content. Think of why you do what you do. Is I guess
Yeah,
all I'm trying to affirm
that's
some set to build
perfect.
advice here. Yeah. So you've been in the hot seat.
Yes,
Who would you
it's
like
very
to
hot.
see be in the hottest of hot seats in a future episode of Crossing the
Oh,
Streams?
who would be next? Who'd be a good follow-up for me?
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Yeah.
Cranky Bricks, of
Cranky
course,
Bricks. Yeah.
my, wonderful partner
Yeah.
partner in brick building
Yeah.
and life.
And life.
Uh, um, yeah,
Cranky
definitely.
Bricks. I'd love to see Cranky Bricks on here too.
And if you want actually a good interview,
Yeah.
you will have Cranky Bricks on because she is great with words.
Yeah.
I'm not good with words.
You did great. You did
Think
great,
so?
man. You
I
did
think it's all
great.
because of you.
Johnny,
You
you
really,
did
like,
you did wonderfully.
you carried me on. Your shoulder must be
No.
tired because you
No.
carried me the whole time.
No,
But, yeah,
man.
it was really amazing.
You did wonderfully. I'm so glad we got to do this. I'm so glad I got to hear your story and what you think,
Yeah.
about Lego and Twitch and everything in between.
Well, it's cool because I think we definitely I just because 'cause I've been in it and living and breathing it, but we would both, consider ourselves brick building anthropologists.
Yeah,
Um,
in a lot of ways. Yeah, true.
so I love Lego, but I love the community even more. I love that
Mm.
there's so many people you know, who even if you've come and gone, or you're still hanging out, or giving us the time of day, just or your breath to talk about Lego is amazing.
Well, thank
So,
you, and thank
yeah.
you for being here. And I really appreciate you taking the time. Where can people find you on the internet
Oh,
or in the world,
yeah.
or rather, like, how can they find more set to build if they want to see you and your content?
Yeah, well, I'm at SetToBuild everywhere. Um, Twitter is usually where I mean, Discord's where I'm always at. I live on Discord.
Yeah,
If you wanna get a hold of me, Discord's the way to go. SetToBuild, #00001. If you need to ask
nice.
me a question, my DMs are open. You ask me. Um, but yeah, at SetToBuild on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram.
Everywhere.
I haven't done the TikTok thing. That's
Hmm.
something that's another thing that's, like, one of those metas right now where it's like, there's a lot of people doing it and it works for them.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it.
yeah.
Everybody's got, like a I don't know what the word is. Everybody's got, like, they're doing, like, the TikTok thing where you kinda dub some,
Oh
like, movie
yeah,
quotes over what you're doing with Lego.
yeah. There's a lot of that. Hmm.
There's a lot of that, and then everybody's got, like, a personality and something to say, and,
Yeah,
I just can't do it. I
it's
don't know.
short. Yeah, short form content's weird, especially like I like to think those of us who've been doing uh Twitch or like YouTube for a long time. Like it's
Yeah.
like to go from long form content creation or doing like a couple hour streams or like a 20-minute YouTube video, and then you're expected to come up with like 60 seconds, which
Yes.
was, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. I've been actually
Yeah.
experimenting with. I took a week and I experimented with Sapiens's episode, and
Oh, yeah?
I cut up, like, it's like, is this a good 60 seconds where I
Mhm.
could maybe find something? And I found like three good moments where I could just do that, and I've been posting them to TikTok,
Okay.
more and more 24, because I couldn't get more and more on TikTok.
Okay.
Uh, but those seem to do pretty okay in terms of,
Mhm.
not, I didn't have an established presence on TikTok. I just used a couple of the hashtags, and it did okay. It did all right for someone who has no real following,
Yeah.
people. So short
Just
form
takes one
content,
video.
yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I'm working on trying to embrace it, but it's tough. But yeah, so
Maybe
you
I'll have to
know,
give it a shot. I don't know, never really I have an account on there
yeah,
just because I wanted snags at the build, but,
yeah, yeah.
um,
Check it
I
out.
yeah, works for
Check it
some
out.
people.
Yeah, maybe me. Yeah.
I need
Um.
to work on posting on Instagram, that's already something I'm bad at.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah. I do that. I have a hard time too. I've been trying. I've been focusing. Instagram's actually, if I were to look at any of the things I've really tried to be more consistent about, Instagram has helped a lot. And
yeah.
I'm starting to see some like people coming from Instagram who see, like I post about crossing the streams a lot on there, but I also post an occasional set that I finished or things like
Mhm.
that, and I'm starting to see a little bit of traction there. So, uh,
Yeah, so at SetToBuild everywhere. Come hang out. We're like I said, we're a chill stream. Everybody loves that word, but relax. We love memes.
yeah,
I love memes. I love sharing memes.
nice,
Um, yeah, come hang out.
excellent. Thank you so much, Johnny.
Yeah,
I really appreciate your time. I'm very glad to have gotten to talk to you and get to know you a little bit better. And as is tradition on the show, I'm going to give you the floor for your
yeah.
parting words. If you have anything for the audience or those that are listening, here's your chance.
Okay. Um, that's a lot of pressure. No, it's not. Yeah, come join the brick building community. Join the Discord. If you were lost and you don't know where to go, who to watch, who to talk to, who to hang out with, um, maybe Discord's not your thing. Just hop into look up brick building on Twitch using the tag and find your next favorite Lego builder or brick builder, and just get involved in the community. Talk, hang out, especially the Discord. If you hop in the Discord, introduce yourself. We have an introduction section. We have a question section. If you have questions about streaming or building Lego or what piece I should use for making this cool wing on my spaceship, um, hop in and just get involved. Talk, hang out. There's a big community, a very established community. We've been around a long time doing this, talking to folks. Come hang out. And who knows, you'll find your next favorite brick builder, street content creator. We've got some amazing people. I was going through that list of 100, 160 different people have come and gone or are still around maybe from back in the day. And even I have a short list of like people that are really heavily involved in the community that don't stream Lego all the time, but they're still putting Lego in their rotation. So I included them as honorary mentions. But it is my next goal after finishing the brick building team, as I want to make as a brick building anthropologist, we want to make like a wiki page of like everybody that's ever been involved with brick building, and kind of just a way to give credit to everybody that has kind of gotten us this far and have been in the community, and just to kind of call out some of those old names that we miss watching, just to kind of honor them in a way. Because yeah, there's a lot of people that get involved, not just as the community, but with me too, like on a personal level. Um, like we started like the brick relay. That's the logo right here. We get cool stickers. That's me, Brick and Nick, Cranky Bricks, Dr. Cat Builds, and Brickanista. We all stream Lego back to back one time a month. Um, doing cool stuff like that. And there's I that's amazing to see. We were talking about the metas and stuff earlier, and all those little micro organism groups developing.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people out there that are doing cool things like raid trains. It's really easy to find Lego now, when it used to be so difficult.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just get out there and get involved. There's a lot of people doing really cool stuff. Go check them out.